Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. The NBA is very competitive and full of stars, and these teams that manage to put together a more competitive squad and with good players in the starting lineup along with the stars and with solid players on the bench, these teams have a better chance of going to the finals. The Lakers are chasing their third star and have information that they are approaching De'Aaron Fox, who will be the ideal addition to seek their 18th championship. The Los Angeles Lakers have been playing good basketball in recent weeks, improving to 17-13 after a nail-biter win against the Warriors on Christmas Day. Even though things are looking up for the Lakers, they are still far from championship contention and need roster upgrades. Therefore, the fans are more focused on the trade deadline than the results on the court. Lakers fans are desperately hoping for significant additions to the roster, ideally a third star next to LeBron James and Anthony Davis. The latest reporting by NBA insider Shams Charania may signal the increased chances of that. On his ESPN appearance, Charania said that the Lakers front office is open to moving all of their available first-round picks for the right player. He identifies that player is someone who can get into this iteration of this team but also can play 3 to 5 years under J.J. Redick. Lakers are close to signing De'Aaron Fox. The Los Angeles Lakers are among the few teams named as a potential landing spot for Sacramento Kings All-NBA point guard De'Aaron Fox if he asks out, according to ESPN's Tim McMahon. If he does ask out, San Antonio and Houston, keep an eye on those two. I've heard Lakers, but it's hard for me to tell how much of that is just people jumping to conclusions because he's a Klutch client. And then I've heard Miami with the Bam Adebayo connection there, McMahon said on the Hoop Collective podcast on December 27. Fox, who made it to the All-NBA third team and the Klutch Player of the Year last season, is on the fourth year of a 5-year, $163 million deal with the Kings. Next summer, Fox will be eligible for a 4-year, $229 million extension. But his future in Sacramento has been clouded with uncertainty after his agent, Rich Paul, met with Sacramento Kings general manager Monte McNair and assistant general manager Wes Wilcox last week, per Sam Amick and Anthony Slater of The Athletic. The discussion, league and team sources said, was focused on an existential question that needs to be answered if this partnership that began 8 seasons ago between Fox and the Kings is going to continue long-term, Amick and Slater wrote. Fox declined the Kings' 3-year, $165 million extension offer in the offseason. It was a move not only to position himself for a more lucrative payday after this season, but also to see if the Kings can truly help him contend for championships. Underscore 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 underscore. Lakers open to trading first-round picks. The Fox trade rumor linking the Lakers came on the heels of McMahon's ESPN colleague Shams Charania's report that the team is now open to trading their draft capital. My sources in that Lakers front office tell me they're open to moving. They've got 3 first-round picks they can trade, Charania said on the First Take on December 26. They're open to moving that in a potential trade, but they want a player or players that they feel can get into this iteration of this team now with LeBron James and Anthony Davis, but can also play for 3, 4, or 5 more years under J.J. Redick as the coach. The Lakers could technically offer 3 first-round picks for Fox, but one of those is the top 4 protected pick in 2027, which they currently owe to the Utah Jazz in the Russell Westbrook trade in 2023. They could trade that protection, meaning if it lands within the top 4, in addition to their 2029 and 2031 selections. They would add more draft capital if they stand pat on the February 6 trade deadline and wait until the offseason to make a move. underscore 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 underscore. Can De'Aaron Fox change Lakers calculus? While the Lakers are expected to be active buyers as the February 6 trade deadline approaches, they are not expected to make a splashy move. According to Jovan Buha of The Athletic, the Lakers are not anticipated to be heavily in the mix for Miami's Jimmy Butler, New Orleans' Brandon Ingram or Chicago's Zach LaVine. Butler, Ingram and LaVine are the biggest names who could be traded before February 6. Buha added the Lakers have been eyeing a tough, physical, defensive-minded center, a big 3-and-D wing who complements Davis and James as a starter/closer and a big, quick, athletic guard with point-of-attack defensive capabilities. Can the 27-year-old Fox, who was drafted 5th overall, 3 picks after the Lakers selected Lonzo Ball at number 2, change the Lakers' mind? Fox's age and dynamic playmaking fit Davis's timeline even after James retires. J.J. Redick feels better preparation and passing helps limit turnovers. Turnovers have been an issue in many of the Los Angeles Lakers' losses this season. J.J. Redick's team is actually in the top 10 in taking care of the ball this season, but when they have had their worst showings it is often accompanied by too many turnovers, allowing for easy buckets for the opposition. After 18 turnovers in their loss to the Detroit Pistons, the Lakers bounced back with just 9 in their Christmas Day victory over the Golden State Warriors. In fact, Austin Reeves was the only player with more than 1 on the night. When asked what the Lakers did to limit their turnover issues against the Warriors, Redick pointed to a couple of simple, but effective things, saying that the team was just better prepared to handle situational traps, and did a great job of making good passes, via NBA.com. More prepared for some of the after free throw random traps, after timeout random traps, more prepared for that. Our guys, the awareness level with all that stuff was really good. I know this sounds simple, but we passed to each other well tonight. There was a lot of on-time, on-target passes, and sometimes you get the ball and it's low, and you knock it. And the defender closes and it's not that that's the turnover, but then you get sped up, and so I think the rhythm of our offense was really good because we passed well to each other. Redick is right in that something like making good passes sounds very simple, but it is so important. A pass being a little low or slightly behind can impact a player's ability to attack or shoot. An opening that was there can be closed because of a bad pass, and the Lakers being on point with that allows for a much better offensive rhythm overall. The key for the Lakers going forward, as has been the case all year long, is their consistency with these things. They have shown the ability to be excellent in these areas at different points, but Redick must figure out a way to get this team to keep it up on a nightly basis in order to really make a run. J.J. Redick believes Lakers must shoot more three-pointers. J.J. Redick is always focused on ways for the Lakers to improve across the board, and one area where he wants to see a bump from his team is in their three-point shooting, namely taking more good threes. In some ways, we need to shoot more threes and we need to make more threes, Redick said recently. That doesn't mean we come down and just no pass, one dribble shot. LeBron James could miss Kings game with new ailment. The Los Angeles Lakers will be taking on the Sacramento Kings for the 3rd time in about a week. Los Angeles took the 2 other meetings, but this time, the scene shifts back to Crypto.com Arena. More Lakers reportedly being linked to De'Aaron Fox as landing spot amid trade rumors. However, the Lakers could be without some key players for the game. Star forward LeBron James has been listed as questionable for this game due to an illness. Head coach J.J. Redick said that James was excused from practice on Friday. Additionally, forward Rui Hachimura was also listed as questionable due to an illness as well. James co-star Anthony Davis is also listed as questionable for this game. Davis suffered an injury during the Lakers' win over the Golden State Warriors on Christmas Day, and his status remains up in the air. Read more. Lakers provide big update on severity of Anthony Davis's leg injury. James and the rest of the Lakers were able to hold off the Warriors without the services of Davis to pick up a massive win. If Davis can't go, James will once again shoulder the burden of the offense in this game. It remains to be seen who the Lakers will have for this game against the Kings, but they will push forward nonetheless. The hope is that at least one of their two stars will be able to suit up against Sacramento as they look to sweep the season series with their Northern California rival. After years of losing to the Kings, the Lakers have dominated them so far this season. It has helped the Lakers take control in the standings, and they currently hold the tiebreaker over Sacramento for postseason seeding purposes. If James and Davis can't go for this game, guard Austin Reaves will need to step up for the Lakers. Reaves was the hero for Los Angeles against the Warriors, hitting the eventual game-winning shot to sink Golden State. Los Angeles currently holds a record of 17-13, currently slotted in 6th place within the Western Conference standings. For the Lakers to maintain their current progress, getting another win over the Kings could go a long way. The hope is that the two stars can suit up for this contest and give the team the best chance to win. Jackson Hayes participates in non-contact practice, but still day-to-day. The Los Angeles Lakers have managed to win games as of late, despite their front court depth thin, with players like Jackson Hayes still sidelined. Hayes has dealt with ankle injuries throughout the 2024-25 season, missing 6 games after spraining it the first time and missing more than 10 games since hurting it again. Head coach J.J. Redick previously said the focus for Hayes is to strengthen his ankle, though didn't have a clear timeline on when the big man will be able to return to the lineup. However, after a recent practice, Redick noted that Hayes was back to practicing and that he is now considered day-to-day. Jackson Hayes was a participant in practice today for portions but didn't do any of the contact stuff, and I would just describe him as day-to-day, Redick said. Moving on to the non-contact portion of practice is a positive sign that Hayes is recovering well from his sprain, though the day-to-day listing means that it could take a few more practices before he is able to return. Still, this is good news overall, as Redick described what he was able to do in practice. Good. His work primarily focused on the defensive and offensive breakdowns, and he looked good, moved well. So excited whenever it is to have him back in the lineup. Whenever Hayes does come back, it would be a huge lift for Los Angeles as they've been forced to play more small ball recently. While Redick praised Christian Koloko for the work he has done filling in for Hayes, the head coach also explained what they have missed since the latter has been out. I think offensively for us, just the rim running, the pace with which he's able to get from one action to the next as a big, Redick said. He's really good in the half-court at screening, rolling, getting back to a second action. I think him and Diallo with some of the lob stuff. He puts pressure on the rim as a roller. And then defensively, he had his best stretch for us prior to being injured. He had a 4 or 5 game stretch where he was great on both ends. And he was also crashing and getting offensive rebounds for us. So we've missed him. I thought Christian the other night in Golden State, his minutes were awesome. I felt that during the game, the film backed that up. Just being active at the rim, getting offensive rebounds, creating second-chance opportunities for us. Really good stuff from him. Redick also mentioned that there's no update on Christian Wood or Jared Vanderbilt, who have yet to play this season. Redick expects Hayes to be able to return before both of those two. Getting Hayes back would give the Lakers another frontcourt look as either partner for Davis or the lone big on the floor. While he might not provide much offensively from a shooting standpoint, Hayes' athleticism makes him a legitimate rim-running threat and someone who can space the floor vertically. J.J. Redick doesn't like fit of two big lineups with Anthony Davis and Christian Koloko or Jackson Hayes. When Jackson Hayes returns, he should return to his role as the primary backup center over Christian Koloko. JJ Redick isn't a fan of the two big lineups with Anthony Davis and either Hayes or Koloko, so the latter will likely be sent back down to the G League once the former comes back.